what's up? It's Megan, and this is my beauty, spirituality, and YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a chance, and if you're not new here, you already know how it be. I am a spiritual coach. I am somebody who does a lot of research into Gnostic topics and Gnostic esoteric things. And I also talk about how we can change our physical appearances using sound frequencies and our thoughts. And I enjoy everybody who comes here, and I teach people on all different levels. So even if you don't have a lot of understanding of spirituality, that's okay, it doesn't really matter. Or if you clicked on this video because you just want to clear skin and you don't really care about anything else, that doesn't matter either, because I'm going to make this extremely easy to understand. So my clear skin journey started when I got a facial when I was 14, and the esthetician messed up my skin. And by messed up my skin, I mean like ruined everything that I had ever worked for or been born with in my life a little bit. And they did that by over exfoliating and using too harsh of an exfoliator on my face. And I didn't really know that at the time because I was only 14. So I went and just thought I had rosacea as a condition, which is crazy because they actually told me I had rosacea, and I had perfect porcelain skin before that. And I was mad because the lady didn't really own up to it, and I had to go to like CVS and buy all these like green anti-redness creams after, and I put that on my skin and it sort of didn't do anything. So from then on I just gave up, and I just thought like big pores are a thing of life and didn't really care as much about my skin. Fast forwarding, when I started to care about my skin is when I started to realize that my skin is a reflection of my inner health, and my skin is a real organ on my body. And I took care of all my other organs through detoxification. I was even vegan for 2 years in the pursuit of health. So I was very health conscious and always just trying to get my skin back to a good place. My skin is finally at a good place, knock on marble. Today I present you with my porcelain skin, okay? There is no makeup, okay, except for la mascara and la eyebrow stuff. There is no skin makeup. So this is not a joke. My skin was just large and had a lot of pores, had a lot of freckles from sun damage. I used to spend all my days out in the sun. I played tennis in high school, so I was always out in the sun. Didn't really care. And then of course started getting freckles and stuff, and a dull kind of luster came over my skin. And it wasn't until I kind of got on the Instagram, and that's kind of like weird because I feel like a lot of people care about their skin more before they get on Instagram. But for me, when I got on Instagram and I saw like other people having my skin that I used to have, I was like kind of jealous. Like, your girl was a little gel and she wanted that skin back. Okay, so what I did is I learned about the power of the mind, and I learned about the power of DNA repair. And what happens is your DNA starts to express differently as different things happen to it, and it can have mutations or genetic kind of eras based on what you do and say to it. And this is called the field of epigenetics, and this is by many researchers who look into how our minds and thoughts actually change the way that we look and appear. I started changing my eye color. I was able to change my eye color. What is physical is not solid, and it's constantly moving and changing based on how everyone around it perceives it. So I was using subliminal messaging for my skin, not even that much. I'm sorry, the screen keeps going dark, and for me, I have to like see myself talking sometimes to do the video. So the subliminal messaging I would use people who I didn't even know at first, and then I started making my own. And when I made my own, it was really, really powerful because I was listening to my own voice say to me things like, you actually have clear skin. And I would say, I have clear skin. I have, I wouldn't say I have no pores because I affirm the opposite. So I would say I have clear and smooth really for the pore part because you want to have smooth skin. And then I would affirm that all the time. And those affirmations, they would bypass my conscious mind and they would go directly to what's called the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is responsible for how 3D reality expresses itself in the holographic universe. And the subconscious mind has a creator and a manifestation ability to manifest what it is that you want to see. So I also learned about frequencies and how frequencies can carry data and information to our cells, and they carry that information and our cells actually pick up on different frequencies. And we're all like tuning forks that can be tuned to any different frequency, and a certain idea that we might want or find really desirable has and contains a frequency. And when we tune ourselves to that frequency of that idea or what we want, or you know what that organ is when it's at its highest state, the highest frequency, the divine blueprint, as I like to call it, tune ourselves to that frequency. Most people, if they have a skin problem, if they have acne or big pores or orange peel skin like I had for a little bit because of the rosacea, they would just go to the Sephora or whatever, would get some type of cream that would help them. The thing is, that cream doesn't even always change the DNA of your skin. You can change your DNA. You are able to change your DNA. Your body and your mind is constantly listening to you. The reason we don't see this stuff happening super quickly in this reality is because of the density of the atoms in this realm. The density of the atoms while we are here on Earth is slow. The density of the atoms is condensed, and the atoms are truly light, but they're condensed photonic light. So that condensed light, when we touch it, feels solid because we cannot touch past what feels solid about it because we can't move past that light. We are also trapped, if you want to talk about it like that, in physical solid bodies. And people are waking up so much more about how manifesting and the law of attraction and the law of resonance and the law of vibration can work to change our bodies and realities in our minds, but they're not waking up as fast as I thought they would, to be honest. And people are still kind of falling for getting into the idea of affirming what it is that they don't want. So people will go like and complain to their friends or complain to themselves and say, I have bad skin. And they'll say that over and over again to everybody, and they'll go to like a party even, they'll be like, oh, I have such bad skin, like don't take a picture of me, like ew, like I have so much bad skin, you know. And then everybody's like, shut up, like we don't care, you know what I mean? Because most of the time it's like that. Because nobody wants to even hear negative stuff, because deep down they probably understand some of the law of vibration. So somebody saying that, you're like, you are just victimizing yourself, and you're becoming a victim of your own mind, and you're trapped in your own mind and your own consciousness. If that person were to turn it around and not just say emptily or vainly that they have good skin, but truly believe it via their subconscious, which holds any belief as true that you tell it. It doesn't matter if that belief is actually true. Your subconscious will just hold it as true if you tell it it's true. So that means that that person would actually believe that they have good skin, and they would stop living in this fairy tale of thinking like that saying they have bad skin is going to do something for them. If you affirm, if you really if you just say and know. I don't like the word you have to believe that you have good skin, because you really don't. You really don't have to believe. You have to know. It has to be a truth in your reality. It's a real thing. It's not just something that you think you know. It's something that is true, fully true, and you hold that as a truth. Okay, so as we move further in the consciousness of this planet, truly, as this planet wakes up in a higher consciousness, we're going to see the density go higher, and people are going to see their thoughts becoming reality quicker than they were before. So their thoughts are going to manifest quicker. You don't need so much of the stuff that's external to us, because you can do all this stuff, right? And you can do all these things that are like sold to us, like beauty creams and lotions and all this. And that's only going to go so far, because if you don't actually believe that you have the skin of your dreams and you don't actually see it, it won't change. My skin can literally change in front of me as I look in the mirror and I affirm to myself that I have clear skin, and I can get rid of pimple like literally in a few hours because of that, because I just affirm in what is true and what I hold to be true. And I have seen that, and I've seen that type of omnikinesis and shape-shifting and stuff, and that's not quite omnikinesis, I shouldn't say that, but I've seen that happen, and that shows you that your skin can just do whatever it needs to do. So for glowing skin, also just having aura and having an energetic field that isn't bogged down by a negative or dark energy, that can also contribute to the way your skin glows, because it's a glowing aura and people will see it in you that you have glowing aura, and that's cool. So some people who start to look gray, they also can be lacking nutrients, but we can get all those nutrients from sound frequencies too. So there's hertz frequencies for every nutrient, every nutrition that you might need, like vitamins A through D. There's all these sound frequencies. Now, because of how dense the 3D realm is that we live in, that means that sometimes, even though we want to go like full on breatharian and we want to live like from pranic energy, it's not always possible or practical for 90% of the population to do that, because of how low the frequency is. But because of how low the frequency is on this planet, it's not always possible for everybody to do that. But there are people who are breatharian and take all of their nutrition from the ether. Okay, so check out subliminal messaging, and check out right frequencies and binaural beats, and check out the manifesting that I'm talking about if you want to get clear skin while not having to pay any money at all, and not really even having to do anything, because your subconscious does all of the work for you and you don't have to do anything because it's your subconscious. And your subconscious is always being programmed from anything, even from what your mom used to tell you when you were a kid, that's programming, from what your ex-boyfriend told you, that's programming, from what you told yourself when you were 7, all programming, okay? And it all changes how you feel and interact and deal with everything, and how your genetics are expressed, how your DNA is expressed, is changed by your mental thoughts. And that's cool. And your emotions power your mental thoughts as well. So that being said, I cannot think of anything else to give you guys. If you want to know more, then you can subscribe to this channel. If you're interested in signing up for my Patreon, then go ahead, because I do make my own subliminals, and I can show you guys also like results and stuff like that, and I post results too on here all the time. So if you're interested, click the subby button, and also click the like button, because it really supports my channel. Other than that, I've got to go, so I'll talk to you guys later, and I love you guys. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and please take everything to heart, and I hope you learned something new from this video. Alright, bye. I'll talk to you guys later.